Welcome to Poland Daily History with me, Nicholas Richardson. In the previous episode, we started to discuss the similarities and differences between Polish and British history when it comes to how Christianity has shaped the development of our two countries.
Initially, we have the Khmelnytsky uprising with the Cossacks in 1648, who, even if they mainly fought against Poland and rose up against the Polish king out of political reasons, they wanted to be given the same rights as not just the Polish nobility, but there was, you could say, a Ruthenian or Ukrainian nobility that had been created in the Grand Duchy of Lithuania even before the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and Poland entered into this Union of Lublin in 1569, when the two states merged into one. Previously they had only been united by a personal union, but now it became a full-fledged political constitutional union. But even before then, in the 14th, 15th, 16th century, when it was the Grand Duchy of Lithuania that had control over the territories that are today Ukrainian, the Lithuanians were very efficient in, now I've forgotten what it is called in the sciences. I used to study elite theory, but there is this this theory of how elites open up to new members of the elite, how they recruit members that are not within the elite, but opening up the door, elite rejuvenation or something similar. And the Lithuanians were not at all closed off. They accepted these the Orthodox elite of what used to be Kievan Rus, these various Varangian Rurikid princes that had ruled over their various duchies that made up the Kievan Rus. They were opening up to these new elites, and that part of the nobility was given the same rights as the Lithuanian nobility and later on as the Polish nobility. But there was a group of Orthodox believers who were not included in that elite. These were the Cossacks and the representatives of the Cossacks. And they wanted to be given the same elite as their Orthodox brothers that had been admitted centuries earlier into the elite. So often it is portrayed as a war between the Orthodox Cossacks against the Polish Catholic nobility, but in reality the people that were influential in those parts of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth were usually fellow Orthodox noblemen. So it was maybe more of a political issue initially, but later on, as the rebellion went on, this propaganda being waged that this is a religious war, it did gain ground, and it became somewhat of a religious war. And the Polish Catholics, they also felt that this is a threat from Eastern Orthodoxy. A little bit earlier, 50 or 60 years or so, we had the Union of Brest in 1595, 1596. This interesting interaction between the Polish Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church. The Poles, they thought that maybe we could tie some of these Cossacks and other members of Orthodoxy closer to us by creating this new faith, or not a new faith, but you could say a new part of the Catholic Church, which was somewhat of a compromise between Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy. And this, what became known as Greek Catholicism or Eastern Catholicism, it was a form of religion in which the Orthodox, you could say, that they had to admit the supremacy of the Pope, but at the same time they were allowed to keep many of their traditions, and especially their liturgy was practically allowed to remain unchanged.
Adam, as usual, the clock has defeated us, but do pause. We will pick it up next time. There we are. I've had to interrupt Adam because the clock has defeated us, but don't worry. We'll pick up the discussion next time on Poland Daily History, and we hope to see you then. Thank you for watching.